We are back now, 7:40 with our exclusive interview with Richard Branson and Shirisha Bandla. His fellow astronaut on that historic flight over the weekend, they're among the first tourists crossing the barrier into space more than 50 miles above Earth on board Virgin Galactic's Unity spacecraft. It's the culmination of a lifetime of daredevil events and high-profile stunts for the billionaire businessman. We remember these, famously attempting and setting sail records for the fastest Atlantic Ocean crossing. That was back in '86. 5 years later, oh, nothing. He just broke a hot air balloon record, crossing the Pacific from Japan to the Arctic, reaching speeds of 245 miles an hour. But it was all leading up to his latest feat. Branson and crew, a crew of 5 others, rewarded for their pioneering spirit, 4 minutes of weightless joy in space and a spectacular view of Earth that few have ever seen before they touched down safely in New Mexico. And we are joined now by Richard Branson and
I love that picture of Shirisha looking out down at the
I mean, I got chills just reading all that about you. And before we get into the flight, because I can't wait to get into it, something that Tom Costello said yesterday struck me about you. He said, by your own count, you have cheated death 75 times. 75 times. So I was curious, what's the closest you've come, and why do you keep doing these things that put you so close to the edge?
Well, first of all, I have a very friendly star up there that seems to somehow get me home. I think the closest, I suspect, was in some of those big balloon adventures when I think I've got the record for being pulled out of the sea 5 times by helicopters.
5 times.
The reason I do it is I just find that saying yes is a hell of a lot more fun than saying no. And if somebody says, we could be the first to fly around the world in a balloon, or we can do this magnificent challenge that nobody's been able to do before, I'm damned if I'm going to watch it on telly and watch somebody else do it. I just want to test myself and see what I'm capable of. And
well, how did this flight compare to all of those things that we just shared?
This flight was 17 years in the making, with 800 wonderful engineers. So it wasn't risky in the same way that ballooning or boating was. It was quite magnificent, and it's a dream. It was just a dream come true for all of us, just being able to create a space line that hopefully quite a few of the people who are watching this show one day will go up on and become astronauts. Peter Pan was my favorite character as a kid. Flying in the spacecraft, seeing Shirisha below, flying alongside me. I mean, it was magnificent.
Shirisha, I got to tell you, I don't know if you looked happier when you were floating next to Richard or when you were on his shoulders. It looked like such a moment in your life, and I couldn't help but think of all the young girls who were looking at you and saying, "Man, maybe one day, maybe one day." So, what has this experience meant to you?
It's been incredible. So I have wanted to be an astronaut since I was young, and wanted to go the traditional route, but then I have really bad eyesight, and I was trying to figure out how I was going to get there. And around that same time, Richard actually announced that he was creating Virgin Galactic, and it was going to be a space line for everyone and make space accessible for everyone. And I remember thinking that's how I'm going to get to space. And fast forward to today, I joined Virgin Galactic for this purpose, to hopefully open up space for everyone. And
Look what I carried. This is Shirisha's. What Shirisha has, her astronaut wings.
Wow. Congratulations. What a moment. There are no accidents in life, I don't think, and there's a reason that you guys teamed up. Now, Jeff Bezos is going up on Tuesday. Are you so happy you beat him up? You beat him up there.
I'm happy that he's going to have the most unbelievable experience, and the team with him. I think Shirisha says we want to make space available to all, and we've just launched something called through a wonderful organisation called Amaze, to try to get hundreds of people, give them the chance of going to space for nothing. So, a little $10, you can have a chance to get yourself and a friend to go to space, and then the money will just go towards making opportunity for more and more people in the time to come.
I just have to quickly address the critics who, some of them are saying, well, wow, these ultra-rich guys are spending a lot of dough to go up into space for kind of a joy ride, when there are things that really need attention, the pandemic, climate change, poverty, and all of those things. How do you answer those critics?
Just simply by saying I 100% agree that people who are in positions of wealth and should spend most of their money, 90% or more of their money, trying to tackle these issues. But we should also create new industries that can create 800 engineers and scientists who can create wonderful things that can make space accessible at a fraction of the environmental cost that it's been in the past. I mean, just to give you a quick idea, the environmental cost of us sending people from an air launch system into space is the same as a one round trip on a Virgin Atlantic flight to London and back, and that's just reduced the cost dramatically. And then these scientists can do wonderful things in space.
Yeah. So when I was flying, my role was actually to test research capabilities. We now have the capability to send researchers up with their experiments. Typically, they would hand an astronaut at NASA or another agency their experiment with instructions, but now they can fly with it. So on this last flight, I actually, if you look at some of the footage, you see me messing with this tube.
Yeah.
I'm actually performing a science experiment in space.
Wow.
It's weird to say that.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Lastly, you're turning 71 on Sunday. Do you have a next goal? Is there a next thing on the horizon for you, Richard?
Well, I mean, you mentioned there's a lot of problems in the world, and I think the next sort of 25 years of my life is going to be using organizations we set up like the Elders and the Oceanic Elders and the B Team and the Carbon War Room to tackle those problems. And the fact that I've got a slightly higher profile today than I did yesterday will make it that much easier for me to pick up the phone and try to get some of these problems solved.
Well, we are cheering you on. It looked like a lot of fun up there in space, and you learned a lot too. Thank you so much to both of you. I wish you guys good luck.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.